Welcome to another video with Joseph Manifesting. Today's video is on following your heart and intuition. One of my favorite quotes is by Steve Jobs, and the quote is, "Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition, for they somehow already know who you truly desire to be. Everything else is secondary." The courage he's referring to, I believe, is the courage to listen to the voice of your heart and intuition over the voice of limited beliefs or programming. I had a conversation with my friend a couple of days ago, and he owned a limousine company about 10-15 years ago or so, roughly. And he reflected on the idea of how can he grow his business? How can he serve more people? Then an idea flowed to him. What if, when my drivers don't have somebody to drive around for the limousine company, I use my limousine company to deliver food to people? This idea kept popping up to him, and he felt inspired to go and talk to his business partner about the idea. His business partner said, "I don't think it's a really good idea. There's too much liability involved. We'll have to get contracts signed with different vendors and etc." He decided to not follow through with that intuitive thought. Now, years later, we have Uber Eats, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. That's an example of intuition and how it is beneficial. And there, referencing Steve Jobs' quote, how listen to your heart and intuition, everything else is secondary, meaning other people's opinions are secondary. The voice of doubt or fear-based beliefs are secondary. It's important to realize the voice of intuition when it comes up, because it can be confusing with wishful thinking. I've noticed that the easiest way for me to get in touch with my intuition usually comes when I am silent or when I am still. I believe my intuition still comes to me through hunches and inspirations periodically, even if there is emotional turmoil or overthinking in the brain. However, I hear it the clearest when I am still. I notice that the voice of intuition is always in alignment with my highest good. It's always truth-based. It's always love-based. It is always mutually beneficial, and it always feels really good. Before I do a video, I always ask myself, do I feel like doing this video? And I base it upon how I feel. Intuition speaks to me through how I feel. If something I'm choosing to do feels good, I know that it's in alignment with my highest good. If something I'm doing doesn't feel good, it's probably an indicator that it's not in alignment with my highest good and my heart's desire. So that's my gauge. Before I do anything, I ask myself, does this feel good? Is it truthful? Is it love-based? Is it in harmony and filled with integrity? If the answer is no, I don't do it. I had a lesson that happened to me about a month ago. I'm in sales, and I was working with this client that, if the deal went through, would have made me a lot of money. The interaction was going incredible, and the gentleman was completely for it. And in the middle of our conversation, the wife comes in and decides it is not mutually beneficial or ideal. I end up leaving. About a week later, I'm asking my intuition what I should do that day to make sales that are filled with mutual benefit and integrity. It tells me, hey, take a drive over to this person's house to follow up. I drive about 40 minutes over there, excited, thinking, this means that I'm going to get the sale. I go and knock on the door. The wife answers again and still has the same answer. It is not ideal. I'm not interested. I end up leaving and asking my intuition, why did you have me drive 35 minutes both ways, or 40 minutes, however far it was, and I didn't get the outcome that I desired? And I got one of the coolest lessons I've ever learned. My intuition responded to me that it is not always about monetary gain. It is not about getting something outside of me always. It is about who I become in the process. That hit me really hard. If I am claiming I am confident, or I am successful, or I am courageous, then I must take action to show my state of consciousness. If I believe I am a top YouTuber, I will feel inspired to continue to improve my videos. I will feel inspired to learn how to edit videos. I will feel inspired to go on Reddit and make posts, to speak with other YouTubers. Because the state that I'm seeing the world from, ideas will start flowing to me, and it's important that I start taking action. Ultimately, I think we're all the divine, and it wants to experience life through us, experientially. So when I visualize and see myself as successful or wealthy, ideas will start flowing to me, hunches and inspirations. And it's imperative that I take action. That doesn't mean that limited beliefs or resistance-based beliefs won't come up. In fact, as I shared in a video a couple of days ago, that is one of the bridge of incidences. It will happen. It has to happen, because if I didn't have resistance-based beliefs or limited beliefs, I would already be whatever it is, and I wouldn't be manifesting it. So the voice of your intuition and heart's desire, the easiest way to identify it is always in alignment with your highest good. It's always love-based. It's always truth-based. And it's always beneficial to you. I know that limited belief voice is always requiring something outside of me to complete me. There's always some time crunch to where I need it yesterday. There's always some void, and it needs this outside thing in order to feel completed. And I know that it's all a lie. Because in essence, I am whole and complete now. You are whole and complete now. You have everything. You are everything. You lack nothing. If there is any opinions going on in your mind of sometime in the future I will be, or I struggle with this, it is 100% of the time a limited belief in body and mind. When limited beliefs come up or the story comes up, it is your job to release identification from the story. Remember, you are the consciousness, the observer. You are the I am prior to any story or any identification. As Neville talks about, you must kill the old story. And the way that you kill the old story is you no longer entertain it. If a thought comes up, there are many ways that you can change it. Either A, focus on something else. B, think of what you're grateful for. C, think of a thought to the contrary. For instance, I don't do this very good. Catch yourself. I do this amazing, where it flows so easy for me. I always get the outcome that I desire. everything always works out for me perfectly and ideally. As you start changing your internal talking, everything changes. Listening to your intuition and heart's desire always aligns you with who you truly desire to be. I hope today's video was helpful. Thank you everybody that has been following the channel and supporting the channel. I am beyond grateful for you. I'm grateful that we get to share this together and we get to practice Neville and we get to live our ideal lives. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and take care.